Coach, a big game Sunday afternoon in Pittsburgh. We knew going into the weekend that you would be without Braden Smith, now also Anthony Costanzo out. What will the plan be for both your tackle positions? We've seen Quentin Nelson move to the outside in one scenario earlier in the season, and you've elevated a few guys off the practice squad as a result of the movement there with your starters on the O-line.
Yeah, no, we have a good plan in place. The guys will step up and play. We got to play as a unit. And, this is us picking it up for each other. I know the guys are going to do well. The guys that step in there and play. This is a unit effort. It's about the guys who will step in and play and take those spots, but it's also about how we play, not just as an offense, Larry, but really how we play as a whole team. And so I believe we'll respond well.
You always, as you mentioned, have the utmost confidence in the guys, next man up, anyone who's stepping out there on the field. Regardless of the personnel, without though two of your starting five O linemen, how does that affect the play calling with as menacing of a defense as Pittsburgh boasts?
Yeah, we have a lot of respect for them, and they get a lot of sacks. They play the run well. As a play caller, you go and you feel it out as you go. We still going to call the game with confidence. You make slight adjustments, you adapt as you go. We would do that regardless, even if we had both of our starting tackles in there. So that's part of the ebb and flow of the game, and that'll somewhat dictate how we call it.
Defensively, linebackers coach Dave Borgonzi, he'll be out under the COVID protocol, so his duties absorbed collectively by the defensive staff. But last week I was able to watch when we were playing at home, and it seemed like Flus spent a lot of extra time with that linebackers group. How much do you get a sense that he kind of thrives being back in his old position group coaching role, while also, of course, handling his defensive coaching duties?
Yeah, no, I think that's an easy transition for him to absorb those and makes them feel right at home. I've been kidding the linebackers this week, with Flus having to run the drills and getting some of that old school drill work, from Flus. So Flus is a great coach. The guys respond well to him, so that's an easy transition for him.
With this Pittsburgh offense, they've struggled in their own run game. It's primarily been threat by passing attack with a quarterback like Ben Roethlisberger, who gets rid of the ball very quickly, has the weapons he does in that receiving game, Smith-Schuster, Johnson, Claypool. Where can you really disrupt their rhythm the most with your defense?
Well, you got to do a couple things. One is, I still do believe, Larry, even though they have struggled with the run game a little bit, I really believe they're going to come out and try to run the football. They want to be a physical team. That's who they are at their core. Running the footballs, they want that to be a part of it. And that's not necessarily, running for 200 yards, but I believe they want to run it and will try to be effective running it. So we need to give them no life there. We really need to play good run defense. And then, as you said, when Roethlisberger gets it going, and obviously he's a future Hall of Famer and he can do that and has good targets. So we have to be able to mix up coverages. We have to be able to get pressure on him. Now, he's hard to sack. He's been sacked the fewest times in the league. So we'll have to find different ways to disrupt him.
The Steelers pride themselves on being very disruptive defensively, taking away the football. How much motivation is there for your own defense in beating them in the takeaway margin? How much of this game will hinge on that turnover battle?
Yeah, it's a big part of it. It's a big part of every game, but obviously this team has really thrived on it. All teams who are good on it thrive on it. We've been thriving on it. So, our approach, though, is not, hey, we got to be cautious on offense and we got to somehow come up with some, effort on defense that's out of the ordinary. We just have to do what we normally do, play good fundamentals and technique when we're on offense, the way we protect the ball, make good decisions, as a quarterback, and play good football. On defense, they train all year about strip attempts, every time a guy's holding the ball. So we'll just continue to do those little things and then look for opportunities in the secondary and, really looking for our defense, not only to take it away, but to score. That they've done a good job. We've had several defensive touchdowns this year. Nothing like a defensive touchdown that sparks a team. So we want to continue to build off that momentum.
Coach, certainly appreciate the time. Good luck on Sunday afternoon. We will see you back in Indy.
Thanks, Lara.